guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Mpopanda here. So guys, in today's video I just want to reflect on the year 2020, and I want to talk about what this year has been for me, and also I want to reflect on my first year of working, what I really enjoyed about working, what I didn't like, and just things that really opened my eyes this year. And yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And to all my subscribers, thank you so much for the love and support. I really do appreciate you guys. This year has been exhausting. I mean, like, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it has been exhausting. Like, I'm at a point where I'm emotionally drained, you guys. Like, I'm so tired. So this year for me has been, it started really on a bad note. Not so bad, but like a lot was happening at the time. I was still studying and working at the same time. And for those of you who've watched my previous video, I had to drop out, and that's just because emotionally I just wasn't there. I just wasn't feeling it. So that's how this year began for me. And after that, then there was COVID, and COVID meant that everything really had to change. So I was so sad because I was supposed to graduate and I could not graduate. And yeah, that's just how this year began. And COVID really stressed me out. It freaked me out because at work there were people who tested positive, and this meant that you also had to go and test, waiting for your results, being anxious. There was a lot of anxiety, there was a lot of uncertainty. We didn't know whether we were going to go back to work, we didn't know whether we were going to get paid. We were just so confused going into the working space, the work environment, and how it has been despite COVID and everything. It was very challenging. The beginning of this year was very hectic. Just getting into this job was so hectic. It was very hectic, guys. Like, I've never been in such a classroom situation. There was so many kids. The curriculum was just too much for me. Everything was it was just a mess, guys. Like, I was here. I was so depressed. I felt like I couldn't do this. And also the kids were frustrating me. Like, guys, I remember this one time I called my boyfriend and I told him that I don't want this career. I think I said I don't want this career or something, but I was literally crying because I had a really bad day. Like, those kids were irritating me. They were on my nerves, guys. Like, it was so bad that day and I didn't feel right. And one thing that made me stronger at that point was that it's not an everyday thing. These things happen. There are days where kids just want to be mischievous and they just want to get out of hand. And I think the problem with me was because I'm too much of a perfectionist, so I just want a classroom that has order. No one should make noise, everybody should do their work, and I didn't get that. And for me, that really frustrated me. And it got better. Surprisingly, it got better, and I was able to deal with those kids. Things got better, honestly. I felt much better. I felt like, I was calm. I felt like I could deal with my kids better. So moving on to personal things, I'm not talking about my learners, I'm not talking about my colleagues or the work environment itself. Now I'm talking about being a young individual who has just started working. Well, for me, I have learned that basically you need to know why you're working firstly, and set your goals. When I got my job, after like a few months, when I started seeing the progress and everything, I just had my goals. What am I going to do for this year? What do I want to do by the end of this year? I had written down all of those goals, and I do not want to lie, guys, I have achieved all of them. Like, I'm not bragging or anything, but I have achieved all the goals that I had set for myself. Honestly, you need to take care of your finances. That is one thing that I have learned as well, guys. Like, I pay bills, those are things that you will experience. You're gonna want a car, you're gonna have to put fuel, there's maintenance for that car as well, there's things like that. And then some of us, you're not staying at home, you need to pay rent, or maybe whatever the case may be, but there's bills, you understand. And then you need to take care of yourself. There's medical aid, and then there's things like there's trade unions. Then you also need to join. There's just like a lot of things that comes with working. Your funeral policies, your life cover, It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. So you don't just say, I got a job, I'm working, I'm fine. No. I also never thought these are things that I had to think about when I was working. So when I'd start working, I just felt like, okay, I'm gonna work, get my salary, live my life. No, you need to make proper, real decisions, decisions that are gonna benefit not only you, but if you want a family, or if you have a family, or I don't know, whatever the case may be, it's going to benefit everyone who's going to be a part of your life. So that is why when you make decisions based on the future. You don't make decisions because, okay, it's for today and that's the end of it. And I have learned also how to save money. You know, I've had like 2 savings accounts, and you know, if there's an emergency, I know I can dip in. It's my emergency account. Sometimes I do spend my savings, but I always make sure that I do not run out of money. That is one thing that I've learned. Saving your 32 days notice, things like that, those things can really help you out. You are working, yes, you're making money, but you're not making a fortune, you're not rich. So you need to think, and you need to use your money wisely. At the end of the day, you can't be spending money in jail recklessly and not doing something. You know, you can go out, you can make yourself happy, but also remember to plan, you know, and save. Unfortunately, sometimes your savings will run out, but it's important to get into that habit of learning how to save. So that is something there isn't a month that goes by where I don't save, even if I'm going to dip into those savings, but I will save. And it's very rare for me to dip in those savings, but I will save. That is one thing I have learned, is to save. And when you start working, be careful of the banks. Yo. So I'm not going to mention my bank because I don't know, am I allowed to mention my bank's name? Okay, but the bank that I'm banking with, so I have an app. I get, yo, when I open that app, the offers they have for me: a loan, an overdraft, a credit card, this. Everybody's just offering you things. Your bank will offer you stuff. What I have learned is that take something, or take whatever the bank is offering you, only if you need it. Only if you're busy with a project or something that really needs money at that time. Do not get excited and take all those things unnecessarily. You're going to have debt. You're going to be in debt. Yo, guys, the banks will offer you stuff. The banks will offer you. So avoid debt as much as you can. That I have learned that I have to avoid debt as much as I can, because the banks will love you so much when you're still new. They will offer you stuff. And also another tricky part is that they're going to say you need to make credit so that you can build your credit score. Can you see the trick there? So you're going to start opening accounts, you're going to do this, and then you're going to take that, no, I'm building my credit score. Be careful. I'm so happy that this year is ending on a good note, where I don't have like hectic things where I'm like, oh my god, I regret taking that. Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god, my money, this. No, I'm happy with the decisions that I have made, because every financial decision that I have made has really benefited me. I can literally say, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that, and I have no regrets. Yes, there are a bit of, you know, those silly mistakes. You know, we're all human, we make mistakes. But please, guys, learn to avoid debt. I'm not perfect as well. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can tell you one thing: when you start working, if you're not sure what you want to do with your money, and if you don't have goals, you're going to end up working for nothing. You literally work for clothes, for food, yeah, and just sledge. You will work for that. Set goals, guys. Save. And you don't just save for fun. It's either you save or you invest. You're saving towards something. Okay, I'm going to save this money, and then at the end, when I have a lump sum, this is what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, that's my working experience. So basically, to summarize this entire video, is that I have learned to set my own goals. I have learned that the work environment won't be easy the first time. Some people have it easy. Our experiences are not the same. I've learned that you'll come across challenges, whichever environment you're in, you know, and it's okay. Adjusting is difficult. Change is difficult. I've learned to take care of my finances. I've learned to stay away from debt, and I've learned to make sure that I really do go after what I want. Do what you want, do what you love. So that's 2020 for me. I just also want to make sure that I work really hard on my mental well-being, and you know, working with people, kids, that has just taught me that you gotta put your own personal things aside and work. Here we're not about you, you know, nobody's gonna nurse your feelings, nobody's there for you, and just mind your own business. Like literally this year has taught me to just do you, mind your own business, do your own things, stay in your own lane, and just forget about what other people are doing. Just focus on yourself. Yeah, that's what I have learned this year, basically. So that's my 2020. I've been reflecting on it, and yeah, so guys, that's it. We've come to the end of this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Hold up, I am